A warm welcome to everyone who just joined us. Welcome to Wheel of Wisdom, a place where the right message finds you. So now, you know, if in a moment from now we are going to spin the Wheel of Wisdom so that we receive the right guidance that we need today. And let me show you guys our wheel of wisdom for that. Okay, so this is our wheel of wisdom, and as you guys can see, this wheel contains the name of 50 plus transformational books that I have read over the past 10 years of my life. And now, what we're going to do is I invite you guys to take a moment and ask yourself, what do I need guidance on today? And see if something specific emerges for you. And if nothing specific comes to your mind that you need guidance on, then you can simply hold this beautiful wish in your heart that may everyone listening to this receives the message that is for their highest good. Caitlin says, Hi. Hi, Caitlin. So happy to have you here. I hope that you enjoy today's live. Caitlin says, Excellent practice. I like this exercise. It is a great tool to remember. Oh, don't want to do the thing. The rule says, must go do the thing so things get done. Ah, I loved your interpretation of this, Caitlin. And yeah, for me, what this tool teaches me is that no matter that you don't have to wait to feel a certain way to be able to do the thing that you need to do, the right thing, the helpful thing. And you can even do those helpful things. You can engage in those helpful behaviors, the behaviors that are going to help that situation or they're going to help you move towards your goal. So you can do them, and you can do them even while you're feeling an unpleasant emotion, because sometimes we're like, I don't feel like it. We know we should do this, but we're like, I don't feel like it. I am feeling this. I'm feeling anxious. I don't feel like, facing my fears, doing the things that I'm afraid of. I am feeling low, so I don't feel like completing that task that I need to do right now. And we let those emotions rule us, we let them choose, we let them make the choices for us as to what we are going to do and what we are not going to do. So, in this practice, we take back control, we decide whether this is going to be helpful, what is going to be helpful, whether this emotion is aligned with the facts, whether this emotion is helpful. Because if it fits both of those criteria, that if it is appropriate emotional reaction to the situation, then that makes sense that you're going to feel that way. And you can do, and if that emotion is asking you to do something that is going to be helpful, then do that. Then you don't need to engage in this opposite action exercise. We only do that if the emotion is like way too intense compared to the situation that you are in. And if the emotion is making you act in a way that is not going to be helpful, then we engage in opposite action. So it teaches me that we can act in a way that we need to, that is going to be helpful despite whatever we are feeling. And we do not need to wait for us to feel a certain way to begin. We do not need to feel ready. We do not need to feel fully confident to begin something, because then we will keep on waiting, right? So yeah, thank you for sharing, your takeaway from this, Caitlin, and why this exercise is your favorite. And yeah, and it also allowed me to share mine. Oh, hi, Alexis. Alexis says hi, Anisha, and everyone. It's okay. It's okay. The autocorrect usually messes with my name, so it's okay. Alexis says first time joining. I think I missed most of the session. So you missed first part of it, Alexis, where we did, we practiced a therapy tool which is called opposite action, and it is from an approach called DBT. And now you haven't missed the second part of this live, which we are going to just begin, where I spin the wheel of wisdom. The wheel chooses a book. We play a game where I ask you guys to pick a number, and then I do intuitive readings for a random number that I choose that you guys have shared. So, yeah, you're just in time to receive the right guidance. And welcome to this space. Thank you for giving this a chance to impact your life in some way. Okay, so dear Alexis and everyone, hold whatever it is that you need guidance on in your mind as we spin the wheel. Okay, I did said to impact your life to Alexis, so it makes sense that the book that we get is Change Your Life in 7 Days. And this book has been written by Paul McKenna. Alexis says, awesome, yay. Kim says, good morning. Good morning, Kim. Welcome. Thank you for choosing to spend your morning with me. So, give me a second to open this beautiful book, which is Change Your Life in 7 Days. Hmm. So, let's change our life. Uh, okay, opening the book. Okay, so for this one, as I just mentioned, we do play a game together where I ask you guys to pick a number. But for this book, I do not have the original book. I do have my notes from this book. So what I'm going to do is so notes, because as I was reading these books, I made notes of the insightful paragraphs or the transformative exercises from these books. So, yeah, I have those notes, and I didn't plan on doing this 10 years ago. So, that's why I don't have the book right now. So, for this one, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to scroll through the pages of these notes until I feel like this is the section that everyone here needs to hear from. And in this way, we will do a collective reading for everyone. Okay? So, hope that's okay with you guys. Alexis says, so glad I made it just in time and found you. The universe always takes care of that you are in the right time at the right place. Okay, thank you for all the love, lovely hearts here. So, yeah, I'm going to scroll now. And as I scroll, you can hold in your mind whatever it is that you need guidance on. Okay. It was pretty soon. It's just the starting. Huh. So, the reading that came for all of us is, if you don't take control of your life, someone else will. If you don't take control of your life, someone else will. So, that is one message from the universe for you guys. Take control of your life. And the author says, all great achievers know that taking responsibility is the first step towards having a successful and fulfilling life. Dr. Stephen R. Covey describes it like this: when you pick up one end of the stick, you pick up the other. Therefore, If you decide to take responsibilities for your circumstances, you automatically tap into the power to change them. So, that is the message for all of us, including me, that we need to take responsibility of our lives. That is going to be the first steps towards whatever life that you want. And if we don't, then someone else will, and we will be living a life that is not truly our own. Alexis says, this definitely resonates with me, definitely hits home, and completely resonates what I've been going through. Then Alexis, maybe asking yourself, firstly, I'm glad that this reading resonated, this message has landed in your heart. And now, allowing it to make a difference in your life. For that, maybe take a moment to reflect that, you know, if I were to take responsibility of my life right now, what is going to be one step that I would take if I would have been a person who takes responsibility of her life? What is the first, what is the next step that I can take right now? It doesn't have to be a big one, it can be a very small one, like doing some research, making plans, making a plan, and not the entire plan, just the next step. So anything. So what can be the first, what can be the next step that you would take if you were taking responsibility of your life right now? And that is the question for everyone. And you don't need to share the answer. Just, you can reflect on it. Take a moment to reflect on it. And when you are done, you can type done in the comments, or you guys can just press the heart so that we do something about this wisdom that we have gained, right? Okay, done for me. Are you guys done? Have you guys, you know, thought of something that you can do to take responsibility, to take back control of your life right now? Let me know so that we can spin the wheel again and do the second reading. Okay. Alexis says, focusing on myself and putting myself first before everyone else. That is a wonderful, wonderful direction. Thank you so much, Alexis, for sharing this with us. And hopefully, you might have inspired someone else also to do that. And I see that, some hearts are coming in as well. So I'm assuming that other people have also thought of it. And mine was to take out some more time to focus on my work. I've been busy with a lot of other things lately. So, yeah, taking out more time would be my next step. Okay, wonderful. I am so glad that, you reflected on this and you shared it with all of us, because sometimes we are like, okay, it was a nice message, but we don't do anything about it. And if we don't take an action, if we don't put in some effort, even mental effort, then that message is not going to do anything for us, right? So, yeah, that is so amazing of you, Alexis, and everyone else who reflected, you know, everyone who is pressing the hearts or who reflected. Okay, guys, now time for our second reading. So, my lovely, beautiful souls, bring to your mind whatever it is you need guidance on as we spin the wheel. Okay, interesting. So this is the same book that we get, I think, in the last live or the live before that. Hmm. Okay, so there is a lot that this book wants to teach us. So the name of the book is Daily Stoic 366 Meditations on Wisdom by Ryan Holiday. So let me open this beautiful book so that we can play a game together. Just a second. So, my dear ones, this is our book, the cover page of the book. And now I'm going to take a moment and choose some numbers for us so that we can play a game. Okay, so now the instructions for the ones who are new. In a moment from now, I'm going to share with you guys the numbers between which I want you guys to choose one number, okay? Or more if you're feeling called for that. And once you guys choose a number, share it in the comments below. The first number that pops in your mind, share it in the comments. I will go through all your numbers and pick one that my intuition is feeling called to. Okay? So pick a number between 17 to 408. So the number that you guys, the number that I choose, I'm going to open that page and read the highlighted section from that page because as I was reading these books, I highlighted the things that resonated with me. Okay, we have a first number by Caitlin. Thank you, dear. Thank you, Sarah. Hmm. Thank you, Laura. Oh, your guys' names are similar, Sarah, Laura. Beautiful. Okay. Thank you, Joe. Anyone else who feels called to share a number? Ah, Okay, then let's go with the numbers that are here. So let me see whose number am I feeling most called to. Thank you, Alexis. Okay, so the number that I'm feeling most called to is 362, and the number has been chosen by Sarah for all of us. Thank you, dear. So let's open page number 362 and see what wants to come through for Sarah and for every one of us. Because you guys won't be here if the message was not for you as well. Okay, interesting. So the heading here is Hope and Fear are the same. Again, hope and fear are the same. So there is a quote by Seneca, which says, who is a Stoic philosopher, which says, Hecate says, cease to hope and you will cease to fear. The primary cause of both the ills is that instead of adapting ourselves to present circumstances, we send out thoughts too far ahead. Hope is generally regarded as good. Fear is generally regarded as bad. To a Stoic like Hecate, known as Hecate of Rhodes, they are the same. Both are projections into the future about things we do not control. Both are the enemy of this present moment that you are actually in. Both mean you are living a life in opposition to amor fati. It's not about overcoming our fears, but understanding that both hope and fear contains a dangerous amount of want and worry in them. And sadly, the want is what causes the worry. Because if we don't care about something, why would we worry about it, right? So, here, what is coming up for me is that, instead of getting lost in our thoughts or imaginations about what might happen, whether it is something that good that might happen, and we are expecting something to happen, we are really excited about it, and then it doesn't happens, and then we experience the other side of the coin, excitement to despair or disappointment. And similarly, on the other side, when we are, thinking about or imagining what might happen, we might go in the other direction, which is a negative direction as to the worst case scenarios, how everything is going to be ruined, I'm going to mess up things, how I am not going to be able to handle things, how they are going to behave in that manner that is not good. So if we go in that direction of fear, then again, it is impact, we clearly see the impact of that right now in our present moment, right? So the author says that let go of your thoughts, of your imaginations of the future. Stop living in the future, whether it is you are living in a beautiful future or in the fearful one. Whether you are living in the hopeful future or the fearful one, because hopeful future might build your expectation and then it might come crashing and it might cause you suffering then. And for the other one, the fearful one, we already know how much suffering that causes us, right? So come back to this moment. And, so whenever you find yourself lost in the thoughts about the future or even the past, but in this case, for this reading, the future, then redirect your attention to what is present for you right now, what is happening right now. You can redirect your attention to, like the air on your skin or the emotions that you're feeling right now, and first processing them. You can, there are so many anchors, that will keep you stable in the present moment. It can be all, any of your senses, becoming aware of the sounds that are around you, becoming noticing an object in front of you when your mind again and again keeps on trying to lure you. I don't know how it is pronounced, but yeah, into the future. So, using anything as an anchor to keep you here in this moment, and if something is happening right now, then dealing with that. And that is a wonderful tool. I think I did this practice in terms of worry, but it can also be done in terms of like a hopeful future, so that you don't build up too much excitement, because sometimes with some people, they live too much in the potential and they are not aware of the reality. For example, I've seen this commonly happens in terms of relationships, like romantic relationships, where they meet someone and they are like, okay, this is the person of my dreams and I'm going to have these many kids with them and all of that. We build this, whole future. We invested so much energy in it, and we are like, you know, we lose touch with the reality. We lose touch with the observation that we are making right now, that, how are they behaving, and how are they, the facts of the situation. We lose touch with that and we are too lost in our fantasies about it. And that sometimes, lead us to ignore all the red flags and everything, the things that are not fitting or not going to fit right with us. So yeah, so that might be, something that might happen if we let ourselves go into the imagination of the future, even the hopeful ones. So, coming back to the present moment, coming back to your current reality right now, and staying there again and again, your mind brings you to the future, coming back, brings you to the future, coming back here right now. With the fearful one, it is a very amazing strategy, and it you might, think of it like that as well right away because we don't want to worry. But with the hopeful one, sometimes we need to elaborate. Sometimes, we need to, I need to elaborate more on that because we don't think of it as maybe causing us harm in some way. So, yeah, that is what came up for me. Let me know if this reading resonated with you at all, Sarah. If this is something that you're going through right now in your life, a pattern that you have been observing, is this something that your mind does? So, yeah, let me know if it resonated or even if it didn't. Or if something is coming up for you and anyone else who was reading, who was listening to this. Okay, we have a comment. Sarah says, thank you. This is very helpful. I'm in a challenging phase of life and I'm constantly thinking about what I am moving towards. It's an important reminder for me to accept what is happening now. I'm so glad, Sarah, that you were so open to, receiving this message right now, to come back to the present moment, to accept what is happening right now. And it's only natural that your mind goes there, that what might happen next, what is this going towards. It is a very, natural thing that our mind does because there is so much uncertainty and our mind is just trying to figure out, even these imagination towards a hopeful future or a fearful one. Our mind is just weaving all these scenarios because it just wants some structure, some certainty, something to know that I am not just going to be pushed into the abyss, I'm going to, it's just trying to find some ground to stand on, and all these imaginations that it is weaving is just that. It's way to, like fight. It's just trying to gain some control like that, and it's like, trying to latch onto something just because it feels like, I don't know where's this going. So it's very natural for you to have those thoughts, to feel that way, to want to know what is going to happen. But, as you receive this message that it is more important, even more important right now, as you're feeling, as you're experiencing all of this, to come back to the present moment, to stay grounded here, to stay anchored here, and to accept what is happening right now. So, thank you, Sarah, for sharing this, beautiful reflection. And I'm glad that this resonated. And before I move on, I do have a resource for you if and for anyone who is struggling to accept what is happening right now. And let me see. Yeah, here it is. I hope that this course would help you, you know, understand your situation better, process all the emotions that you're going through right now, and it helps you clarify how you can take back control of your life right now, what can be one step towards that. So, yeah, I hope that you will find it helpful. And if you don't feel called to check it out, feel free to ignore it. Sarah says, thank you. You're welcome, Sarah. Okay, so yeah, that's the reading. And Sarah says, I absolutely will. I'm glad that you are open to giving this a chance. Thank you for that. um, hmm. And before I go, because it is time for us to wrap the live, I also want to share um, a resource that just got released today, and that is here. Okay. So, as some of you might know, or the new ones might not know, I have started this nervous system regulation series where I am going to give you guys 100 most effective tools to regulate your nervous system. And I'm going to organize them so that you know which tool to use when after a few more of my tracks are live. And I'm going to give you, like a certain number of tracks with different types of techniques using like breath, using like movement, using your touch, using your senses. So a different taste of every technique for each of the different states, like fight or flight state, where you are feeling angry or anxious, or your free state where you feel stuck, like you feel like you need to do something but you can't, you physically can't, you know and for the state where you feel like very low, you feel like I can't do anything, and you are not able to, you are feeling very very depleted in your energy. And then there is another set of tools which where I'm going to give you guys tools for feeling more calm, feeling more safe, feeling more connected, and all of that. So yeah, I'm releasing this whole series, and I have, I think, released five or and some old ones, like 10 or 12 old ones tracks in this. So yeah, I've shared one of them with you guys here. This is a very famous practice if you know. And let me share a few more that just got released in case you feel called to check them out. And I've created a playlist, and I'm going to add, as the new tracks are released, I will add them to the playlist so that you can just save it and you will have all of those tools in one place, and you know when to use what. So I'm going to change the titles of them so you know when to use what later on. But yeah, you guys can check it out. I wanted to share with you in case you're new, if you don't know me or if you don't know about the series. Another Sarah says, sounds wonderful. Thank you, Sarah. I'm glad that you liked this, idea. You liked the series. And I hope that you find these tools helpful, because that's what I want to offer. Something to lean on, something to support you, something to help you come back to balance in those moments when you're feeling too dysregulated. So, yeah, so you can find this whole playlist that I'm talking about by going to my profile. Something like this home section would open up for you guys. So when you scroll down here, you will see something like playlist here. And this is the playlist that I was talking about, which is called Nervous System Regulation Techniques. And I am going to, add all of these tracks here right now. And then later I would organize them. But for now, you can just go through them and maybe save the ones that resonates most with you, that helps you most, so that you have your favorite, few techniques that you can use again and again, and then you will remember to use it when you need it most. Okay. And I've also started this other series for which I'm going to add tracks. I've already recorded, I think, 11 more tracks here that I will add, which is called Little Reminders for You. And in this, what I share is for I'm I'm creating like a 4 5 minute track, a very short track, for the most common beliefs that everyone has. I have already released some tracks on thoughts like I'm not good enough, I'm too broken, I'm too sensitive, I have tried this before and failed. What if, I make the wrong decisions, so on and so forth. So I will keep on adding more tracks here. I've already recorded some for like I don't belong here. um I don't remember now, but yeah, a lot of common thoughts. So I will add them as well here. So if that is something, if you deal with a lot of negative thoughts, then I want to create like the safe haven for you guys, a safe space where you listen to a very short track and your mind feels soothed and you feel hopeful by the end of it. These tracks are not just to help you feel, soothed, but also to shift your mindset in just 4 or 5 minutes. So I hope that you will find them helpful. You can check them out if this is something that you need. So yeah, and you can check the other playlist, and I've also like 7 courses. You can check them out if you feel called. You can go through them. It would take a lot if I mention everything, but yeah, these are the two that I am going to actively add more content on. I've recorded all like 100, techniques that I shared about, and I will add, and I've recorded like 11 of the negative thoughts one, and I'm going to record more. But yeah, this is something that I'm working on. This is something that is going to come through. So if you feel called, you can check it out. If you're new, you can follow me so that you get notified about these and the next live, which I do on alternate days at the same time for now. So yeah, this is all that I wanted to share with you guys. David says thank you so much. Thank you, David. I'm glad that you resonated with, any of the series or anything that I mentioned here. I appreciate you having you here. It means a lot that you take out the time to spend some time here with all of us. So thank you for doing that. And yeah, and this is all that I had for this live today. Um, and if you guys want like to watch the recording of this live, um, or the previous ones, because previous recordings also include meditations. This one I haven't for these recordings for this season 3, episode 206 today. I don't record the practices because I am going to release them separately on Insight Timer. Um, they are just waiting for Insight Timer to approve them. So yeah, so you can check the previous ones and this recording by going to my profile, going to the about section, scrolling down, going to the bottom here, and yeah, here you will find anything additional that I offer. And and if you just want the summary, like the name of the books or the readings that we did, you can also join my group, which is below these playlists at the bottom on my Insight Timer profile, called World of Wisdom. And 132 beautiful beings are a part of this community. So yeah, here I share like summary of the lives within 5 minutes or 10 minutes of this live ending, because the recordings usually take 30 minutes to upload. And I also share any announcement that I have here. So I would love to have you as a part of that community. Thank you, David, for this kind gesture. I so appreciate you supporting my work, really. Please know that this donation is going to help me create all these resources I have shared with you and more. So, yeah, thank you for allowing me to do that. And may something happens for you today that makes you smile, that warms your heart. So, thank you guys for being here all this while, for spending your precious time with me in this space. I bow down to the divine within you all. Namaste. May you all be safe. May you all be healthy. May you all be happy. May you all live with ease. I will see you guys day after tomorrow. Till then, take care. Bye bye. Have a beautiful day or night. Thank you, Alexis, for staying till the end. I hope to see you in the next live as well. Bye.